Is it possible to ever write something that's not political as a poet? I think it's possible for a lot of poets because I do read much of poetry. But I also think that in some ways, whether the poet likes it or not, their work becomes, because of the times we live in, it becomes a very political text. So for me, like the most recent book is a translation of the Tirukural, and it's a 2,000-year-old text. And obviously the Tirukural, the part that I have translated is the love poetry of the Tirukural. So in some ways you look at it and you're like, this is just love poetry, this is just romantic poetry. But the Tirukural itself is this very political text, and what part of the Tirukural is very political? I think it's because this is a classic text from 2000 years ago, but it says, Pirapokkum ella uyirkum sirapova seidoril vetrumayan, and right at the heart of it, it says, everybody is the same in birth. And so the text becomes this, rallying point for anti-caste activists, for Dravidian ideologists, for Tamil nationalists, for people opposing Hindi Sanskrit supremacy, for people opposing Brahmanism. So a normal text, like, one single line of poetry just transforms the text. And because the text is seen as an anti-caste text, because it's seen as a political text, then the love poetry in that text, then how do you see that? You see that as, very democratic love poetry, a love poetry that doesn't talk about family structures, a love poetry that's, looks at the women and the man as absolute equals. So I think that's how poetry resonates.